Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for October 18, 2023. And in the news this evening, mother on unlawful wounding charge after she allegedly bites a daughter during fight. A woman is now facing months of medical procedures after her mother bit her on one of her fingers, causing severe injury during an altercation between the two, the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court learned on Tuesday. The mother, Stacey Burgess, was charged with unlawful wounding. Parish Judge Carlo Mason was told that on September 28, the complainant and her mother had an argument which quickly erupted into a physical altercation. This resulted in the complainant being bitten on her right index finger. During the proceedings, Burgess admitted to being the one to inflict the injury on her daughter. After noticing the injured woman's finger, which was heavily bandaged, the judge asked, "How bad is your injury?" To which she answered, "It is really bad. I have to do plastic surgery tomorrow." She also indicated that she had other extensive surgeries to be done. Providing more information about the complainant's condition, the Crown, while reviewing the medical report, said, "Your Honor, it seems pretty bad because it says here that there was an infection." But attempting to defend her actions, Burgess said, "Your Honor, all of that was done out of self-defense. She punched me in my face and pushed me." Nevertheless, the complainant was advised by the court to request an updated medical report from her doctor to ensure they can come to an accurate sum for restitution. Both parties are ordered to return to court on November 24. Mother and daughter fighting. What is next? The judge mused before he dismissed them. Alleged church robbers ordered to attend a weekly service. A parish judge on Tuesday ordered two defendants accused of robbing a church of items valued at $250,000 to attend a weekly service on Saturdays. Presiding judge at the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court, Carlo Mason, made the decision after he learned that on September 22, the complainant, who happens to be a pastor at a Seventh-day Adventist Church of God in the corporate area, locked up the compound about 2:40 p.m. However, he was alerted by King Alarm sometime after 3 a.m. that there was a break-in at the church. Judge Mason was told that items such as fans and other church equipment were allegedly taken by Linnell Atkinson and Kadisha Swaby. However, while Swaby was quickly apprehended by police officers, Atkinson managed to escape the scene, but he was captured a few days later. They were both charged with sacrilege. "I remember when even bad men would turn down their music when they drive past a church, and now we're hearing about a church break-in," Judge Mason said. When the judge heard that Atkinson is a father of 7, he asked, "You couldn't bring your children to church instead of what you did?" After a legal aid assignment was granted for both accused persons, bail was offered to Atkinson in the sum of $150,000 with 1 to 2 sureties. He was ordered to report to the nearest police station on Mondays and Fridays between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Since Swaby was out on $30,000 station bail, the same reporting condition was added to her bail. In addition to that, a fingerprint order was made for both the defendants, and they were ordered to attend the church every Saturday at 10:30 a.m. "And you are to stay for the whole service," Judge Mason stressed. Turning to Swaby, he added, "Don't worry, Miss Swaby, they won't malice you. I'm sure they will greet you with a warm Christian embrace." Atkinson and Swaby are to return to court on January 4, 2024. The pastor was bound over by the court to provide an update on their attendance at the church. Additionally, disclosure is to be provided to their attorney on or before November 1. A Jamaican man charged with a Canadian wife's murder in Clarendon. A 28-year-old man has been charged with murder following the death of his wife in Portland Cottage, Clarendon in May. Charged is Rory Palmer, a fisherman of Portland Cottage in the parish. Dead is 28-year-old Jada Whitehead of Mars, Toronto, Canada, and the Shearers Heights, Portland Cottage, Clarendon. Reports from the Lionel Town Police are that at about 4 p.m. on May 12, Palmer and his spouse had a dispute that got physical. It is reported that Palmer threw a fan at her, hitting her in the face, after which he slammed her head into a wall several times. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Whitehead was seen lying in a bed unresponsive. She was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Palmer was taken into custody and initially charged with assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. Following extensive investigation and a consultation with the personnel from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution and the Crime Office, his charge was upgraded to murder, the police said. Whitehead, who was a school board employee in Toronto, was reportedly visiting Palmer to celebrate their wedding anniversary. Teen girl accused of robbing in-driver of motor vehicle. A 17-year-old girl has been charged after she and the two men allegedly robbed an in-driver of his motor car on Arnold Road, Kingston 4 in August. The teen, who is of a Venus Avenue, Kingston 17 address, has been charged with robbery with aggravation. Reports are that about 1 p.m., the teen, along with two other men, requested pickup from the area using the in-driver application. It is reported that the taxi operator on arrival of the request was robbed of his Toyota Probox motor car. The matter was reported to the police. She was subsequently arrested and charged after a question and answer session in the presence of an attorney and was positively identified by the complainant during a visual identification parade. Funeral home manager who defrauded clients to repay a total of $722,400 come Friday. The funeral home manager who was charged for defrauding his clients out of hundreds of thousands of dollars vowed on Tuesday to repay two of his clients a total of $722,400 come Friday. Karen Watson, the manager of K&J Supplies, was charged with obtaining money by false pretense after he allegedly took the complainant's money to prepare for their deceased loved ones for burial. However, when this was not done, he was quickly arrested and charged. He operates the business alongside his mother, who is the registered owner. So far, he has 3 cases of this nature against him, and the investigating officer had revealed last week that there are more matters to be brought before the court. Presiding Judge Carlo Mason was told that he was ordered to bring at least $200,000 to pay the complainants, but his attorney revealed that Watson was unable to access the loan he planned to use to reimburse them in time for court. However, his lawyer promised that all the monies owed to these 2 complainants will be paid in full on Friday. This means that one complainant should receive $380,000 and the other woman is to get $342,400. In another case, Watson is to return to court on December 12, when he is expected to repay that complainant whom he owed $385,000. Short man charged with murder of GC Foster VP Gibbs Williams. A 40-year-old man is the second person to be charged with murder following the shooting death of Gibbs Williams, the vice principal of GC Foster College on Megaway, Portmore, St. Catherine, on October 6. O'Dane Watson, otherwise called the Short Man, of Duff Street, Kingston 13, was charged with murder, aiding and abetting robbery with aggravation, being a participant in a criminal organization, making use of a firearm to commit a felony, possession of a prohibited firearm, and unauthorized possession of ammunition, 5 days after charges were laid against his alleged 21-year-old accomplice, Jerome Hales. Reports are that about 12:15 p.m., Williams, 55, was in the process of leaving a hospital complex when he was attacked by the suspects and shot. The police were alerted and he was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation, Watson was arrested and charged after he was interviewed in the presence of his attorney on Tuesday, October 17. Man held nearly a year after allegedly stabbing man to death over rent. A 34-year-old man has been slapped with murder charges after he allegedly stabbed a man to death during a dispute in Kingston in December 2022. Charged is Cedric Powell, otherwise called Percy, and Lullaboy, a party contractor of Bloomsbury Road, Kingston 10. Dead is a 36-year-old Patrick Newby of Venables Crescent, Kingston 11. Reports from the Huntsby police are that about 7:30 a.m., Powell and Newby had an argument about rent when Powell used a knife to inflict a wound to Newby's chest. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. On October 8, 2023, about 11 a.m., an intelligence-led operation was done at Ocheria's Bay Beach by police personnel attached to the St. Ann Division when Powell was seen and arrested. He was subsequently charged after a question-and-answer interview. Alleged St. Catherine hitman charged with another murder. 31-year-old painter Corey Rutherford, otherwise called the Mad One, of Fraser's Content, St. Catherine, has been charged with the murder of Chinese businessman 39-year-old Zinkyu in July 2018. He is also charged with burglary in relation to the incident on Featherbed Lane, Spanish Town. It is reported that about 6 a.m. on July 21, 2018, Rutherford and men broke and entered into Q's private quarters and bound his hands and feet. They proceeded to inflict several cut wounds to his body and head. The men then escaped. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. Rutherford was arrested and charged after a question-and-answer session. The St. Catherine North Police have also charged Rutherford, who is alleged to be a hitman, in relation to the murder of an American, Shernet Hammond, on September 23. Hammond was shot and killed while traveling in a taxi from a funeral at a Meadowrest in St. Catherine. The police are probing Rutherford's possible involvement in 2 other murders in the Fraser's Content area of St. Catherine. St. Catherine fisherman charged following major cocaine bust. The narcotics police have laid charges against a St. Catherine fisherman who was captured on Friday in a major cocaine bust. Amos Lee, 37, was charged Tuesday evening for cocaine trafficking. Investigators reported that Mr. Lee was nabbed in an anti-narcotics operation along the Port Henderson Main Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. 3 kilograms of cocaine with a street value of $23 million was found in his vehicle, which was intercepted by the cops. Some $26,000 was also seized in the vehicle. Mr. Lee, a resident of Old Brayton, has been charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, conveying cocaine, and a conspiracy to convey cocaine. The fisherman, who is represented by attorney Richard Lynch, is booked to appear in the St. Catherine Parish Court on October 24 to answer to the charges. 2 dead following gun attack in Greenwich Farm. Another senior citizen has died following Tuesday evening's gun attack in Greenwich Farm, St. Andrew. He is 72-year-old Herbert McLaurin. Mr. McLaurin, who was one of 3 people admitted in hospital, died about 1:45 Wednesday morning. 83-year-old Una Buchanan died shortly after the shooting, which occurred about 6 p.m. Tuesday. It is reported that men alighted a motor vehicle and opened fire at a man who ran. The gunmen gave chase while firing at the man. He escaped injuries. It was discovered that 4 bystanders had been shot. The gunmen escaped. Senior Superintendent Kirk Ricketts, head of the St. Andrew South Police, said security presence has been beefed up in Greenwich Farm following the shooting. He said the police have increased their numbers at the military checkpoints in the community. The police are considering 2 theories, including whether a gang conflict led to the shooting. Superintendent Ricketts added that the target of Tuesday night's attack was previously attacked in another attempt on his life earlier this year. He said a manhunt has been launched for the suspects. Senior citizen dies from head injuries sustained in a fight. A St. Ann man who was hospitalized after he suffered head injuries during a physical confrontation with another man has died. He has been identified as Audley Cameron, a 66-year-old farmer of Bohemia District, Cave Valley in St. Ann. Cameron died about 5 p.m. on Tuesday at the Percy Junior Hospital, where he has been admitted for 3 days. It is reported that on October 14, Cameron and another man had a dispute and Cameron was pushed. Cameron fell and suffered a blow to the head. He was taken to the hospital.